How's
Yeah.
that going?
Yeah. I mean, it's better than Laverne.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. Yeah.
How are y'all doing this year?
We're all right. Are we starting the podcast right now, or are we just chit chat?
We're recording. No, I
We we can like just say
like
what
I
you
said,
want.
I'm the chief. I'm the editor in chief here. So.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean we're all right. You know, we're not terrible. We'll be. We play Cane Ridge. They're in our district, so they'll be.
Oh gosh,
They'll be an issue.
To go up against Brandon Miller. Yeah, I saw he just had.
he had 37 in the first half.
Dude, he
had 37. It was in the first half.
Yes, I had 7 threes.
Yeah, but our district sucks. So I mean, no one can guard him. No one can guard him anyway, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's wild. Yeah. Well, we're okay. We're not too bad.
Yeah. Well, now that we're here, I mean, I guess I will introduce you, AJ. We got Coach AJ Adam Jones. AJ was our director of basketball operations. While Nate and I were at Lipscomb. Was it 2 years or 3 years you were with him?
I think it's 3.
3
He
with
was
us.
at Lipscomb for 4 years.
Okay, yeah, Lipscomb 4
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You were with us.
Stetson
We did
before
some
that.
academics, Asa, for I think what, a year and a half, maybe.
I think we probably had to. Yeah, we probably did some academics.
I don't think we did though, AJ.
No, Nate, you were off the hook. You were on the hook. It went well.
Me and Aaron went to the study hall for athletes, and that was all.
Yeah. Check it
That
off.
was
You know?
that was not the case for
Yeah.
me. That was not the case for me.
Like, me either, man. When I was in college.
Dude, this is all right. So yeah, you were at Stetson with Casey and them, and then you did your undergrad at Arkansas, right?
I did, yeah. I
Yeah.
got my undergrad at Arkansas. Worked as a, obviously wasn't good enough to play there,
Yeah.
whatever. So, practice player and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
student assistant there at Arkansas for John Pelfrey. And then, stumbled upon Casey at Stetson. Yeah, and went from there.
Were you already in grad school at the time?
I was, yeah. I was a year in.
Why did you want to go to Stetson? Where did that come? How did you go?
I mean, you know how it works when you're trying to get into the college level. You're shooting emails to whoever you can, and then whoever can respond. You're like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll go. So, I got an opportunity at Stetson. I had to Google where it was, and be in Florida, so that's perfect. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be down there. So, yeah, I did a year there, and then that coach got fired, unfortunately, and then Coach Alexander came down, and I was like, hey, I got a year left of graduate school, so I'm going to be your GA if that's cool. But he was all good with it. And then after that, he made me ops after that. And then, things fell into place and followed him to Lipscomb, and here we are, so everything works out.
Man, what's crazy is I was about to be down there at Stetson with you.
That was the thing, yeah.
So do you remember me signing, like, when you're down in the land? Like,
I remember the name.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember the name.
100% reason to remember the name, by the way.
No, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're an Asa. Who's this cat?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But yeah. And then after he left, and it's like, oh boy, here we are. We're at Lipscomb now, huh?
Man, what all right. I remember one time you said obviously you were working guys out at Arkansas and stuff. And then who was there at Arkansas with it while you were there?
So Patrick Beverly was there when I was there.
Yeah.
Sonny Weems was there. I don't know if you know who he is. Real athletic guy.
Yeah.
Played in the league just a little bit. We had Stephen Hill, big old guy. Not a lot of NBA guys, but a bunch of overseas guys. And we just had a really solid team. But Courtney Fortson, who played a little bit in the league, and he's I think might be in Turkey now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Patrick Beverly was there, and you could just tell that dude was special.
Yeah.
Just the work ethic that he had. He had no option.
Right.
It was NBA or bust.
Yeah.
And standing next to me, he looks like me. I mean, it's about my frame and way stronger, but about my height. I was like, this kid can't make it in the NBA.
Yeah.
But it's just that mentality that I have no other option, and look at him now.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you, because didn't he? His story's crazy. Didn't he pay for an NBA tryout at one point, or?
He did. Yeah. He had a bunch of offers coming out of high school. And so I think Tennessee was one actually, and chose Arkansas over Tennessee. But then after he left, man, he didn't get any. I think he might have gone overseas for a while. Golly, maybe like I don't want to say Middle East, but pretty close to Middle East somewhere, not making any money. And he was like, man, he grew up in a rough Chicago area, and was like, man, I got to make it to the league, or I don't know what I'm going to do. Basically, probably be on the streets, slinging who knows what. So I mean, it's just. it worked out with, you just got to grind and grind and grind, and he put in his work and found a niche, That's the biggest key for all that sort of stuff. You find your niche. You have to be good, obviously, but you find your niche and just go 100% and know that that's what you have to be and what you have to do. And if he wouldn't have made it, man, there's no telling, what he would be into right now. We definitely wouldn't know if Pat Bev the way people hate him now, for sure.
Right. Was he that? So was he always? I mean, he was always that fiery, getting in people's faces and.
Constant. I don't know if Courtney Fortson was an absolute monster. He was about 5'9". Nate, is that he? You're what? 5'9"?
Okay.
Looks like you right now. You bumped up, Nate.
I'm 5'10.5" with shoes on.
Yeah, I hear that. But strong now. You're a thick guy.
Yo, he is, man. The dude's been lifting nonstop for like 3
years. Have not been good to me. Definitely have a belly now.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be condition like he used to.
Oh, man.
But no, him and Courtney would go at it and practice one-on-one, man. They were just dudes competing. Not like today, like you play King of the Hill one-on-one, you shoot it and you're done.
Yeah.
They would just grind and almost come to fist fights with it. You could tell they both wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see because they were little dudes.
Right.
We're going to overpower you. We're going to like jump out of the gym, but they just got it done. It was wild.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Give us a sneak peek into I guess a kind of what it's like to SEC season, going all these big schools, Power 5 being an SEC, just getting to go from gym to gym and playing all those teams.
Well, the private flights are the best part of it all. Obviously, you take your bus to the airport and walk on the plane. Those guys have it. They have it unbelievable.
Yeah.
You get on the plane, you go there, you land, you get to your nice hotel, probably, Marriott or Hilton, not the Garden Inn either, or the, or something, and then, you got your food waiting for you. And then you really just don't leave the hotel. Then you go shoot around the next day, play your game, and you get back on the bus and head back to the airport for your private flight. I mean, you're gone, probably less time than we always were on the road, obviously in conference playing those, Thursday, whatever we had, Thursday, Saturdays.
Yeah.
You're there and you're back, before the game's over, before people are done out watching it in the bars or whatever, you're home, before they even get back. So it's just a wild lifestyle that you got to get used to. And I think that's a tough transition for some of the kids that, once they're done, they've seen that lifestyle and they want it. And it's just, if you don't make it to the next level, it's hard to keep up. I mean, no one lives that way, but I mean, that type of travel is just crazy. And obviously you're playing in front of, 20,000 people a night. Yeah.
So what was the difference when you left from that environment to go to DeLand, Florida?
Oh boy, Nate, let me tell you. Wow. I mean, the gym, first of all, I played in a better high school gym than what Stetson.
Wait, you don't like playing on the concrete?
Well, yeah, right? No, coming in through the back door on the floor, I mean, what in the world? But I mean, yeah, it's just, I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I befriended a kid there, and he was like, "Man, ASUN basketball's the best. This guy's so good. This guy's so good." And I was like, "What do you mean? How is he good?" After watching the SEC kids, but being around it for 5 or 6 more years after that, you realize that, I mean, obviously everyone's really good no matter where you play, at any level.
Hey, so that comes in about if you think about it, that's about our junior to senior year. Sophomore to junior year, I guess, actually, is when he finally was like, oh, they might be good. So
yeah.
You and I did that for him.
Honestly, man, it was when I was still at Stetson and Deontay Alexander was at Lipscomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then he rolled in. I was like, wow, this kid is a bucket.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the white kid from North Florida that had tats. What's his name? It was
when we played?
He played at Lipscomb?
He was a shooter.
Yeah, North
Looked
Florida.
like a cokehead.
He played at North Florida or at Lipscomb?
He played at North Florida.
You sure it wasn't when
No,
you were at Lipscomb or Stetson?
I was still Stetson.
Okay, I was about to say, because they got another dude that had like a bunch of tats. White
Yeah,
dude.
they always have some white fellas that can hoop a little bit. But he was unbelievable. I was
They
like,
really-
hey, you know,
North Florida, man, golly, they were so frustrating to play. Oh my God, they were so frustrating
bastard.
to play.
The little Bo Beach son of a gun. You know,
Oh,
that's right, son of a gun.
that Bo Beach was a killer.
He was.
He was the killer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just still have nightmares of Dallas Moore, so I just can't personally.
There you
say-
go. No, there's another one.
But
He was.
I'll never forget, and I guess it was our junior year Asa. First play of the game, he throws in a sky hook on me. I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna go well.
Yeah, this is not.
This is like semifinals. You know, we're jacked up. I'm constantly like, okay, I'm not allowed to put my hand down all game long because he's gonna step back and he's gonna shoot it. So I'm like, you know, I probably did some like shoulder raises beforehand just to get like, you know, an arm pump, like get it ready. But literally, I'm sitting there and he goes and I wall up and he just throws a left-handed sky hook right over me. And it like pins in between the backboard and rim and falls in. I said, this is not going to be good.
Hey, you know he's a lefty, and he's got those ball screens all day long. Nothing you can do about it.
And then we were like, hey, we're going to guard him. So their team goes 12 for 14 from 3 in the first half. And it's like, okay, this isn't good.
Yeah.
That dude, he ended up scoring like 4,000 points in all of college.
I don't understand that.
Like it was a ridiculous. Maybe
You know, he's had like 40 and 50 point games overseas.
Yeah,
That's
He's
really
ridiculous. Yeah.
wow.
He was cold.
Wow. Yeah,
I might have lied about the 50, but I've definitely seen a 40 out there.
no, I can see that. That's unbelievable, man. But that's what I got to realize, man. I mean, everyone can play.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I mean, no matter what level.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so who is the best player that you saw play at the mid-major level when you were either at Stetson or Lipscomb? And
Well,
you can't say anybody. You can't say Garrison. You can't say Rob.
Well-
You can't say anybody on our team.
well, that's it.
Nope,
Garrison.
can't say it.
You can say Garrison.
Come on.
No, it's not your question, Asa. It's my question.
Yeah. Golly.
That way,
Let's
there's not
see.
bias there.
Yeah, and what is his name? He's actually in the league. He's actually in the league now.
Not Tiger.
Played
Torrey Craig.
Torrey Craig.
Upstate.
Yeah, played for Upstate. The dude was like you almost wanted to be down like 2 points, just kind of the whole game, because he didn't do anything. Like he just kind of moped around and would have 18, 20 points. But when kids started to hoop, no chance. I mean, no chance at all. So I mean, if you got up like 10 or something and woke him up a little bit, I mean, it was almost over. You would almost just want to be down 2, and kind of just roll him to sleep the entire time. But that kid was unbelievable.
How was their team with him and Ty Green on it?
Almost impossible.
Oh man, Ty Green.
Almost impossible. But Torrey didn't. Like I said, he didn't play like super hard all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he would be out there and he would get you a bucket every now and again. But there's some games he would score maybe 15 and didn't do much. But golly, when he went off, and then you got Ty Green just hanging out, or whatever the hell.
Hey,
his
so
name
we had to really struggle for 15. So if he was just like, yeah, I'm not really playing. I got 15 right now. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, we're hooping, aren't we?
Asa and I be dapping each other up. We got 15.
That's 5 threes, Nate.
Yeah, that I wasn't scoring any other way.
yeah, why would you?
Guys
go
like
inside.
that, they always, you can tell, like they just have a different gear. There's something to it that just regular people, even most that don't have. They just have a.
Well, doesn't it piss you off though sometimes, because it's like, man, I wish I was just athletically gifted enough to be able to do that, so my body would have been able to hold up this
Right.
long.
Like I would play balls to the wall the entire game.
Yeah. And he wouldn't have been at USC Upstate. And that's not a knock on USC Upstate. Great school. But he would be a Power 5 guy.
Right. But there he is. But then he gets your chance to go to the league and go to your summer league and all that.
Kill it in a workout or something.
And now I hoop. And that's kind of like how Brandon Miller is, to be honest, at Cane Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you wake him up, you're done. But he'll sleepwalk at times.
Yeah.
Just because, he's so good. It's just boring to him, I guess.
Yeah.
Which could be an issue.
But those guys, I remember every kid, every guy that I was playing if they were going some high major or they ended up, it was like they always did like one thing. And it wasn't always the same thing. They always did something that just left me like, oh, I get it now. I see why he's going there.
There's something different here.
Different.
Where are you at, by the way, Asa?
Dude, I am in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. We play SEMO tomorrow night.
Gross.
I am they have a casino actually in Cape Girardeau. You might like that.
Yeah, I've driven through it before, but that's a horrible drive.
Yeah. Luckily, the good thing in the OVC is nowhere's really is more than 4. I think this was like 345. So it's not
really.
Yeah, it's not Missouri Western where Nate was last year. Luckily.
Yeah. Right.
That was 2 years ago, but yes.
Or 2 years ago, excuse me, Nate. The last.
God, know my life.
Listen, in my mind, it's still 2020. Like it is still 2020 in my mind.
Yeah, sure.
It is.
Yeah, that's fair.
So sorry, but it is. Oh my gosh. AJ, what dude? I mean, I don't know, man. What? So you come to Lipscomb after being at Stetson. What was? Hold
up. Let me stop you real quick. All right, so you're the graduate assistant. You moved from student assistant to graduate assistant, and now you take on this director of basketball operations role. What was the transition like during that phase?
It wasn't tough. You know, I actually had an opportunity to. Coach Alexander offered me the director of basketball operations at Stetson, and I was also offered a spot to be a JUCO coach down in Florida as well. Wow. A guy was coming down to take the head coaching job he's bounced around all sorts of – he's a Northeast guy. Wanted me to come there and said you can be the head coach probably in the next year. So I was kind of, obviously fresh ed, graduate assistant. I was like, man, I've got options. Man, I'll be head coach of Kentucky one day, this is easy. But it was a good situation to be in. But I was waiting on
Duke to call me like after K's done. Like I'm like, yo,
right. I don't want to network, but just give me a call. Like I'll coach, But no, it was a good situation, and being young back then, the D1 was always so I got to be D1, whatever. It would have worked out regardless. But the transition was pretty seamless. Besides classes, obviously. Casey gave me more obligations and more roles in that aspect. But it was really seamless, and it was almost, I wouldn't say it was less work. It was more work, but without classes and everything, I could just focus on basketball. And that was what's made it, really easy. Mm-hmm. You have your stress of your travel and your DOBO, lifestyle, but, as a youngster, you're ready to take on anything, especially at that level. And then obviously it's great to work for a good person. If you get stuck working for, which I had I don't want to name names. I had a transition at Stetson too when Coach Alexander left. It didn't go so well, but really? You got to like the guy you worked for, obviously, to put in the work that you want to do.
Did you hang on my fault? Did you were you planning on staying at Stetson when Casey took it? Okay.
Yeah, I was.
And so you were there for a little bit.
I was, yeah. I ran the summer camps after Coach Alexander left, and I was going to stay on there because shoot, Florida, man, give me the beach all day. Right. I don't care if it's in the land, but it's whatever. And it goes so well. We didn't really click, and you could tell when you don't work for a guy, it doesn't click. You can tell. Now I was kind of waiting on it, and then Coach Alexander got the word that it wasn't going to work out, so gave me the call to come to Lipscomb too. Yeah. In the same role, and it was even more seamless. I'd never been in Nashville except for when I was at Stetson, getting slaughtered by Belmont. Doing the Thursday, Saturday at Lipscomb, maybe get a Lipscomb dub, and then get beat by 40 at Belmont. Drew Hanlon and company, that was awesome. Yeah. So going from GA to ops, working for him, it was a simple transition for sure.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I guess my next question is, Asa knows about it. I know about it. And you definitely know about it. How much do you enjoy doing food?
Dude,
it's horrendous.
It is the worst thing in the world.
Well, why, guys, why do you think I got you all pizzas every fucking meal?
Dude, I try to do it here and they get mad at me.
Right.
They're like, why are we just having pizza? I'm like, look, man.
Because.
Yeah, because.
Yes. You could go and take everyone's order and do all that, but it's hard enough to get someone to deliver pizza.
And God forbid you get one order of the 30 wrong, and then somebody doesn't have, their extra fries that they got.
God, I'm glad y'all feel that now. You got to do it too, Nate?
I did last year. Did last year.
Dude. Yeah. Oh my God.
That is terrible. Yeah, it's
when I texted y'all earlier,
it was just like it was just so much work on the front end. Like just do your work on the front end, or else if you're trying to do it too late, it's like
the worst part of all the ops stuff is, man, you can do whatever you want. You do across, all your T's, dot all your I's, and now you just have to rely on other people.
Yeah.
to do
Yeah,
that.
and that's the stressful part.
Yeah, I hope these guys aren't idiots.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so
Hey,
that's
listen,
why I was bringing up the food is because like the food industry, especially, I'm sure I'm not knocking with the time that you did it, but during COVID, it was not fun either.
Oh,
And
yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
When I texted y'all earlier and said my head's so busted today,
Yeah.
food, literally just food. My head was busted.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we called someplace. They were going to help us out. Called us back, said they're shutting down early because of weather and they're understaffed, and so I had to scramble, get
Yeah.
orders again, call another
Yeah.
restaurant, and then it's like I'm asking these people to scramble around for me in the next hour and a half to get me 30 meals, and I'm like, well, can they even do it in that time? Oh my goodness, dude.
Right.
Okay,
What's going to
so-
happen? And the pregame meals were always great when you do it at the hotel, but they're so expensive.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So that's the hard part. And my second ever pregame meal. I don't know where we might have been in like San Diego or something. We were playing Santa Clara maybe out there. I guess the
Yeah,
San
Santa
Francisco area. Yeah. And as soon as we landed, I went and checked the place. I'm like, hey, we're gonna be here. Yada yada yada. They're like, oh yeah. We show up.
Nothing.
No, they have nothing. Like what? Who are you? I go, oh my God, we tip off in 3.5 hours.
We ain't got nothing.
Place is packed.
where did we end up going?
Yeah, we were on that trip.
To a restaurant.
We said I could have the town wrong. We stayed there because I went in the kitchen, and then luckily Coach R was on staff by then, and we both went in the kitchen. And we're like, hey, we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
And so they scooted us in a booth. I don't think it was in Santa Clara. It might have been somewhere else.
Oh my! It wasn't Texas, was it?
It could have been.
No, if Coach R was on staff,
We weren't Texas in.
No, that was sophomore year.
No, we went.
No, we didn't play
we went
Texas sophomore year.
We went to
Yeah.
freshman and senior.
Maybe it was like my second.
Where
Hey,
was
that was my
I know
worst
what you're
year.
talking about because we went. It was like we sat in that back corner.
Yes, exactly. In like a booth, circular booth, and we
Yeah.
had no food preprepared. They didn't even know we were coming. Like,
Yeah.
What are we gonna do then? You know,
Dude, okay. So, are you just terrified for your life of like what Casey is going to say when you have to like tell him?
no, man.
When I have
Yes.
to change something, I am deathly terrified to go to Penny and be like, yo, this isn't what I told you is happening is not happening.
I'm gonna be honest.
I am
Last year,
scared.
I was just like, I wouldn't say it. I was just like, okay, we got to figure this out in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but we were all there and just standing around.
So is
You know?
Casey, is he getting on to you when this is happening?
No, man, that's the beauty, man.
Does he know it? Are you keeping it?
Now, he was frustrated.
Yeah.
He was frustrated, but he understood.
Okay.
You know, and that's the beauty of him. Most head coaches, I don't think I would have rode back on the bus.
If it's not there, then you're gone.
I don't have a job.
Oh.
But he was at least understanding. He's understanding that aspect of it. And
Dude, all right, so we go.
Hold on, one more, Ace. So I was gonna ask you, what was your worst food story? Is that your worst food story?
that's my worst. Yeah.
Okay. And what is your worst hotel story? Like planning hotels or travel, bus, whatever it might be.
Hotels. Hold on. Something's popped up. Adobe Acrobat. I need to update. All right.
Oh, that Adobe thing. I think they send a new update for Adobe like every week.
Hotels always went pretty well. Travel usually went okay. The worst one was at NJIT. I don't know if y'all were
Is this
there
the
yet.
snow?
Mess of a trip anyway.
Yes.
The snow?
Snow. I purposely got the hotel 2 miles away from the gym because we were in New York, obviously, but New Jersey and traffic and all that.
Mhm.
You know, we go to shoot around. Fine. I'm timing it. You know, be like, okay, this one we need to leave the hotel. Right. Okay. The snow. Turns out one lane the entire way. Now this whole time, you know, the other DOBO didn't let me know. You know, no assistance from the JIT let me know, hey, they're going to shut these roads down. You know, and so we pull out of the hotel and get on the road, and we're just sitting there.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know what I want to leave. I want to get off the bus and just kind of, you know, maybe go downtown New York City and let y'all play. I was just, I don't know. You know, we didn't even make it. What we were playing it was
No,
7.
well,
we got
there a little bit
7:15.
late. Didn't they push the time back? How long did it take us? Was it like an hour or two?
It took a long-
from like, and it was like 2 miles.
Almost took us 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like we could have just walked there and got there in 30 minutes.
And we're sitting there now. I've got the athletic director of NGIT on the phone, calling my phone, be like, "Hey, what's going on? Where y'all at?" I'm like, "What do you mean? We can't move. What's going on?" They're like, "Oh yeah, it's one lane road." I'm like, "All right, well, let's talk to my head coach, and then he's gonna call the AD." And what a mess. And then we were just all screaming like, "Hey, what's the best way to get there?" But yeah, I think tip off was 7. We might have rolled in at like 7:05, 7:10.
I think that's about right.
But like
but what made it best was we finally got there, and the refs weren't there either.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this wasn't on me. The whole time, man, I was just a disaster.
I mean, just the weight of the world is on you.
Well, I mean, we're ESPN 3 game, pretty big game. NJIT's pretty good back then, and we're just tip off, and we're on the bus.
Oh,
like, yeah, whoops. Should have left at 3:30. My fault.
That was always the best. We didn't we fly from NJIT down to was that down to Stetson?
Yeah, that's when the conference was a real treat. That made sense.
So I think that one right there was I think that was Garrison's freshman year. I think that was Garrison's either like first or like right as Garrison was starting to come on the scene was when we had the snow and everything.
And then one year we sat in Jacksonville Airport for about 12 hours.
Oh my gosh!
Trying to get that figured out because we couldn't get flights. Asa, I think I took your voucher, by the way.
I was hurt. Yeah.
I used that. I got it now.
I'm still trying to get some miles back from college. I'm trying to get some flight miles.
I know. So,
there was another one where we were on a flight. We had to land in Charlotte, emergency landing.
Because the dude bit his tongue.
Yeah, right. And then that was fun because I was calling the bus, like, "Hey, can you come 4 hours and pick us up at the airport that we're not supposed to be at, or should we get another flight?" So I mean, there's always things. But look, that's the beauty of also being a high major. Private planes, they're great. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff. But I mean, it's I wouldn't change it. They're fun stories, and it's good. And again, working for Coach Alexander, he's so understanding. Any other coach, man, I would have been fired.
Yeah.
Even though, what am I going to do?
Do you remember the bus ride we ended up having to take back from upstate?
Yeah.
That 7 hour or what?
Oh, the flat tire.
Yeah, the flat tire. And
No, that was a different one.
That was a different
one. Flat tire was different, but there was one time, weren't we supposed to fly from upstate, but we ended up having a bus or something?
I believe that's right.
Yeah, because of the snow.
Yeah, the snow.
That was also when somebody quit the team. We got snowed in at the hotel.
We can talk about it. That was the craziest thing. We're all on the bus.
God, he was bouncy though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Hey man, I just quit the team. You're like, what?
What do you mean?
I think we were all confused.
You're riding back with us?
Are you sure?
That was wild. I forgot about that.
It was wild. Well, I mean, unfortunately, I'm glad y'all are going through it now, but it sucks. It can suck. It can definitely suck.
I wouldn't change. Yeah, man, you're right. I wouldn't change nothing. Can't change it.
Yeah, no, man, it's a great experience. I mean, for sure.
What do you have any desire to get back in college at all? Do you want to stay in high school? How you like it?
I do. I mean, it just depends. I mean, obviously I'm getting older now, but I mean, high school is good. I'm trying to get a head coaching job or whatever. I've coached a few games this year just because unfortunately our coach has been out with COVID a couple times. And that's good. High school kids these days, man, I think they just really need a good influence and a role model, man. They're all over the place, man.
Yeah.
They see the NBA guys, they see the college guys, and they just think, I'm going to go hoop like that.
Yeah.
And don't realize the 50 hours that those guys put in, a week. And that's the fun part of it. And, it's all about, we can win, lose. Let me get my 20, get my highlights on Twitter and all that stuff. So it's fun to kind of reel them in and give them more real expectations of what it takes to get there and do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because dude, obviously I golf, and I haven't golfed in a while because of basketball season, but I've been watching these tournaments in Hawaii. Yeah. I'm like, they make it look so easy. I'm going to be a 2 handicap when I come back out, and I'm going to play and I'm going to be horrible because I don't see the hundreds of hours they're practicing, they're putting, they're chipping, they're driving, they're all that. That's the fun part. They get to go play. And same thing with the high school kids, they see the Kyrie, just practice today. Man, I just tell some kids, we don't do the jelly, hey, let's get 2 points. Why don't we score a layup and get 2 points? You're not Kyrie Irving.
Right.
You see the finished product on the floor, when he plays, and they want the instant gratification. They make it look easy.
That's true. And
did you get that, Nate?
even some of the drills.
You got some lemonade back there, my guy.
I'm going to edit this part out now. All right.
Hold on.
We got to start.
So, no, seriously. But what we were talking about,
and I'm gonna drink some water for you guys.
Smart. Yeah. Enjoy your life when we're dead, Nathan.
Yeah.
I'll be dead too.
Well, anyway, what I was going to say is back to the instant gratification thing is, yes, you're right. They see the highlights and they think, boom, I'm just going to get it. And you're right. They don't see the hours, but even some of the drills they see they see these guys, these pros fine tuning their skills and working on things that are specific to their skill set and where they are in their career. And they think that they can go do the same exact drills. It's like, hey man, these pros weren't doing this stuff when they were younger. They were in the gym grind. They weren't working on this fine, detailed, little small, detailed, fine tuning things when it comes to their game, right? They were in the gym hooping. They were playing pickup. They weren't just going through a couple cones here and doing a jelly roll. You're right.
Exactly. I don't want to knock all workout guys. I mean, a lot of workout guys are really, really good at what they do, and they do care about the kids. But a lot are in it just for that sort of stuff, And we tell our kids all the time, is what the weaknesses of your game are. Okay, is your workout guy making you pass with your weak hand? Is your workout guy making you just make passes? Yeah. Pivoting, just normal finishes around the rim. Yep. Maybe just easy threes or something off the dribble or catch and shooting, getting your feet set under you and all that sort of stuff instead of Steph carrying it and do all these things that aren't game realistic. Because like you said, Asa, I mean, it is, you make it look easy and they don't see what they put in before. Yep. These guys are, there's some young ones that are really good and really talented and just have skills. But, I mean, these guys are mid-20s, 30 years old that have been doing it their entire lifetime at an extremely high level. Yeah. And they see that and they're like, man, this is so easy. I'm just going to go do that. And we try to tell our kids, I mean, that's not what college coaches are wanting to look for. Because, I mean, you ask guys, they raise, who wants to play college basketball? Almost everyone raises their hand. We tell them, I tell them this is 2% of high school athletes play college basketball at any level, and it's just because they make it look so easy. They don't understand the time and the work and everything it takes. Mm-hmm. Sure, it's boring to be simple, right? But that's what gets you to where you need to be, and then you work on your game from there. That's the disconnect right now.
Coach Alexander did.
Yeah,
Coach Alexander,
exactly.
So simple at some of the stuff, like the passing drill where we'd go from lane line to lane line and just take one dribble back, rip it to your shoulder, and pass it. Like, nobody really probably enjoyed doing it, but it was just simple.
Sure.
But it was the habits that we needed to do.
Habits. There you go, Nate. Habits. And it's amazing how many college players don't have good habits when they just lose sense of everything when it comes to game time. So, they forget their habits. They either haven't trained their mind enough to change their habits or, either or.
Right.
Sorry, I interrupted, AJ.
No, you're good. It's even I won't say worse for the high major kids, but they've been so good for so long that they can do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't have to have the perfect, technique or skills or, fundamentals because they're just bigger and more athletic than everybody else. When they do get to that next level, they're hindered a little bit because they haven't been through it. That's almost why sometimes it's better to almost not be as talented when you're younger and then go through the fundamentals that you need to go through in order to get you to that next step. And the high school kids they're delusional, but that's fine. Everyone was. I thought I was going to be an NBA player. Yeah. And then I turned, 13. I was like, whoa, oh, that ain't happening. I probably even go to college to play basketball.
Right.
But I mean, some are gifted, some aren't. But it's just a skill set that people don't work on because it is boring. It's not flashy. You can't put passes on Twitter and all that. TikTok. What do y'all use now? TikTok, Snapchat.
I do not have a TikTok.
I don't have a TikTok either.
I've refused to get a TikTok.
Mine of a coach has a TikTok. We only have one TikTok out there, so.
But you have
was
to
a
relate
shot in
to
the dark
kids
right
anymore.
there.
But
What'd you say, AJ?
you have to relate to kids anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell.
Yeah, there's a new dance move or something going on every
Of course there is.
every week.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Yo, all right. Well, what else we got? What else we got?
Right, I got something if you don't have anything. All right, AJ. So when you transition from college to high school, you go from the DOBO role to the assistant coach role. One, did you enjoy just getting to coach more, just being in that role? And two, was it harder just going from college to high school?
First one, yes, I did enjoy coaching way more, and unfortunately the rule is now that DOBOs can actually coach on the floor.
Yeah.
Which I wish was in place when I was there, but that's fine. Cause that's obviously why we get into it. You actually want to coach the kids and care about the kids. But I mean, going from a Division I to high school, it was easy. The teaching part wasn't, obviously, gosh, you're in college, you kind of set your own time. You can go get your doctor's appointments if you want to. You can go, and when you're at school, you're stuck, until the day's over. But I mean, the coaching aspect of it was pretty easy, just because I mean, you all know as much video as you guys watch, and the scouting reports that y'all have to put together and help put together. I mean, you're prepared at a pretty high level to coach kids, and just sitting around the game, you see the X's and O's, you're around the right person. You're confident in that aspect of it. You're just kind of excited to actually get on the floor and translate it to kids, whether or not they're college athletes or high school athletes, and whatnot. And what did you say your second question was, Nate?
I was just gonna say, or I guess my second question is it difficult, or was it difficult to go from college to high school? And when I say that question was about difficulty, like I guess almost was it like an ego check to a certain degree? Because I know it, like at a certain point I'd be like, man, like I wonder how people view me in that sense. When really, I mean, there's really great coaches in middle school basketball, like all across the board. Yeah, no, I mean it I wouldn't say it was an ego check or how people viewed me per se, but it was kind of like it was more of a cultural thing and just kind of a talent thing of, man, I was around some, like I started out in Arkansas, went to Stetson, and then thought, man, these players aren't very good. And then going to Lipscomb, like, yeah, they actually, everyone is incredibly good playing college basketball. And then you go back to high school and you're like, man, yeah. There's only there might be one JUCO kid on the team, and it's harder just because it's harder, but yet fun because you get to start at the bottom with fundamentals, with teaching them how to play the game and what the game is all about, instead of what you see on TV. College, that's a little different. You do come in and there is a learning curve, and you still have to learn, the speed of the game and fundamentals at that level. But that was the biggest, like, whoa, these kids need a lot of work. Instead of getting freshmen, when y'all came on campus, like, yeah, I look like babies. They're just freshman college kids. But I mean, y'all were obviously studs at y'all's high school, and, you get the kids that aren't the studs on the high school team. And that's that was a big transition right there, sure. How to coach those type of kids. So you said, like, I mean, you're talking about having or getting to build them basically from the bottom up. Mm-hmm. And I guess my question is when you're talking about getting to build them from the bottom up, I honestly just forgot my question, so I'm just going to keep rambling on.
Yeah, ramble on, Nate.
I like your jacket, by the way, Nate. I'm just now.
You like it?
I like your jacket.
Yeah, it's good.
Talk about something else, because I totally forgot my question.
I'll send you my address for some league gear. I know y'all have a lot of money over there.
yeah, they got.
don't we all?
Yeah, hey, after all COVID, I think everybody's schools are thriving right now.
Oh yeah, we're all sitting pretty.
Yeah, everybody got a raise this past year. Well,
shit.
Man, oh man, I'll tell you what. Oh my
Yeah,
Speaking of race.
Okay. So I remember what I was saying. All right. So you talked about going from the bottom up and you like coaching these kids from the bottom up. So in college, would you almost say it was harder, like or they're more coachable at the high school level, or is it pretty similar? Because I know you probably get a lot of hard-headed guys that were in college. I know for a certain, like I worked so hard at my game. I was like, no, I know what I'm talking about. When in reality, I had no idea what I knew.
For sure. I mean, obviously, when you're coming up to college, especially a Division I program, you were the best player on your team for the most part, right? And so you had it figured out at that level. And no matter how good you were, I mean, you can be a 5-star or whatever. Once you start come up, there is a learning curve at that next level, right? Everyone's good. Everyone was the best player on their team. Everyone's an incredible athlete. So there's an ego check that a bunch of kids have to take when they first step foot on a campus, for sure. But it doesn't last long. I mean, y'all know. I mean, you practice with the upperclassmen and be like, man, these guys are pretty good. So I mean, there isn't much of that in high school. Now there can be, just because I think the social media times and you get your name on Twitter and then they get a big head thinking they're their whatever doesn't stink, even though, you know what? Yeah, it does. And they're not, they have a long way to go, but they might be the best around the area. And they think they can go to North Carolina because of that, even though they're nowhere close, so there is a bit of ego, but it was a different step with incoming freshmen in college for sure. You can, high school kids, you can kind of bring down to earth pretty quickly. Especially that's what I'm thankful for with kind of a college background a little bit. You can throw some names out there and not just names, but tell them actual truth of this is how it works. And if you don't do it this way, you're going to have a hard time getting somewhere that you want to play.
Like Gary.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Gary's a perfect example. Didn't play originally.
Exactly.
Changes his body, changes how he works. Not really changes how he works, but just got healthy too.
Right. Came in a little pudgy, not even.
He was pudgy.
He was a decent player,
But, I mean, was coming off a broken hand, had never worked on his game at all.
Right.
Like all of a sudden starts working on his game, getting in shape,
but was just better than everybody really in high school.
Yeah. I mean, how crazy is that? Could you imagine getting a Division I college scholarship and not taking a shot outside of the game or a shot outside of practice?
Yeah. No.
Did he say that? He said he never took a shot outside.
He said he didn't. He said he would not go like shoot extra. He said I didn't take a shot outside of practice. I mean, like maybe if he was messing around with some guys on like a court,
right. But he never like actually did a workout kind of thing. He was doing it
like got in extra before practice. Like he was a football guy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, that's unbelievable. But that just goes to show you, man. If you would do that in high school, what could happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it worked out for him, and he is where he is now. Everything.
He has a God-given gift to put that thing in the hoop.
That's it.
He had 17 the other night, I think.
Yeah, that's stuff happened for a reason.
He's hooping. I think he owes me a Venmo. Something.
Me too. I think so too as well. Gary,
right? I mean, come on now. Come on now, Gary. Where are we at?
Hey,
so I just want a text back. That's all I want.
That's hard, man. We got 2 phones now. We got 2 phones.
Yeah. And I haven't even been blessed to have the other number, so
I don't either.
I'm only sitting on one line.
Yeah, no, we got. I think one is family and friends. The other is official business.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
All right, hey AJ.
So you're not on the official business one?
No. We ain't got no business to talk about unless it's a Venmo. Now that we've made it big.
No, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. All right, AJ. Hey, I got one question for you before we do some rapid fire.
Yeah. Rapid fire. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, get ready for that. What's the most important thing you learned from being under Casey?
I would say really just how to run a program the right way. I mean, I've been around 3 other coaches before him, and I wouldn't say it was a disaster. I mean, it was just, there's different ways to run a program, and Coach Alexander does it the right way, how to handle, players, although they might not like it at times, be stern with them, but very truthful in that aspect, and just, very honest and straightforward, for the most part, because a lot of guys are not, especially at the position he is now at Belmont, and being kind of a, I don't even know if that's a mid-major anymore, that's mid to high major. It takes a lot of integrity and stuff to be successful at that level, and still get the kids you want to get, and to get them to play the way that you want them to play, and I think that's, and if they don't want to do that, then they can go somewhere else. He stuck true to his guns the entire time. And I think that's really important because you can't be fake. Some of these high major coaches, I obviously don't know them, but you can tell that you're a little bit fake, and you almost have to be at that level, to be honest. But it's being who you are, and, living with the results. And if you're good at what you do, then those results can take you a long, long way. And just not being fake, because it's hard to work and do your job every day, the way that you want to do it successfully, and be fake at it, for the most part. I've had a couple of jobs where I wake up and then, I got to put on a face. I got to be a little bit fake. And I know I'm not giving it my all. And you can probably see it in what I'm doing. But when you find that job of who you want to work for, and kind of your, what you're all about, and you go in every day, you can live with it. And usually it's successul, in that aspect. And it's hard to find in college coaches, I feel like. But he's always going to stick to his guns, and that's who he is, and that's a real good aspect that I've definitely learned from him.
No doubt, that's awesome, man. All right, okay. Sure. Ready to do a little rapid fire?
Oh, sure.
All right, last technical.
Last technical.
Yeah, or you.
I ain't ever got a technical.
Never.
No.
Oh, it's coming. I know you got one coming. There, you
got. Well, hey, listen, I coached last Saturday against NBA, and I could have got one, but I felt like it was not my place.
Yeah. Oh my! So, all right, never been kicked out of a game.
Never been kicked out of a game.
Do you ever get one when you played?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I did get one when I played. Yeah. I haven't been in a position as a coach to get a technical and or get kicked out of a game, because if I do that, I also get kicked out of the staff.
Yeah, you don't have your job.
Yeah, right.
Wait, so how many have you had as a player?
Just one.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I yelled. I swung at a kid, not on purpose. Well, I not swung at him, just fouled him hard. It was a terrible call. And then I wanted to swing at the ref. I had to go to the locker room. It wasn't good.
Oh,
I wasn't happy. Yeah.
All right. Have you ever dunked a basketball on a 10-foot rim?
No, look at me, Asa. You can't tell on here.
I can just see the face. I can't. I don't know. Maybe you got.
No, I haven't. Hey, threes are worth more than twos, Asa. What are we talking about? Come on, Nate. We know this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
You ever dunked a volleyball or a tennis ball?
No.
You ever grabbed a rim?
Yeah, it was nice. Kind of hurt my finger a little bit. Kind of busted my blood vessels. So
tangled up in there or something.
Yeah, I just hit it too hard, so that even turned me a little bit more. So I was like, yeah, threes are the way to live.
Yeah, I'll just stay out here. Why go in the paint?
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Drive, throw my head, get to the foul line, without actually having to get to the rim.
Yeah,
right.
You're up 3 late. Do you foul or let it play out?
Man, I think I'm fouling now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you said
I've been. It's a coin flip, really. But gosh, dog, I've been in with so many teams that I've lost, or at least gone to overtime and then lost.
Yeah.
It's just letting it play out. I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I would like to be on the other side of it and start fouling and see what happens that way.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, we'll just go with this today. All right. Okay. You leaving your best player in with 2 fouls in the first half? No, never. He's coming right out.
Depends on the game. Depends on what the score is, but probably not.
Okay, probably not. Got you.
Yep.
All right, go for the tie or go for the win?
Go for the tie or go for the win?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the win, but again, who we're playing, what's going on?
Where are we at?
Yeah. I'm confident in getting a wide open 3. We just got to have a guy to hit it.
Yeah. All right, casual or professional on the sideline?
Look at me. Look at my beard, Asa. What are you asking? Look, I have a hat on. I took off here, but what are you talking about here? Jeez. I'd wear shorts and a cutoff if I could.
That'd be great. That'd be a heck of a look.
Oh, man. You know what, AJ? I think you could pull that off. I honestly think you, of all people, could pull that off.
That's a real compliment, Ace. And you know what?
In a good way. I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, I literally legitimately think you could pull that off.
Yeah. Be like, just look at this guy. This is what he wears.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're going to, like, apologize to anybody. You're just going to double down and be like, I absolutely wore that.
Yeah, right. This is what I think. The guys are in jerseys. Why can't I have a cutoff on?
Exactly. I mean, baseball.
Like a baseball man.
They get to wear the same jerseys in baseball. What's going on? I mean, right?
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All
when
right.
you get your first head coaching job, please suit up. Just
that would be
not just like a normal cutoff, just like suit up.
Tucked in, everything. Yeah.
With your Jordans on.
I'm with you. I'll coach for about a week. But it'd be a heck of a ride.
You just get pissed off and sub in.
It's nonsense.
Put 25 in the book.
He's got in COVID's still going on 6 years from now, and he's only got 4 players. He's got to come in.
Yeah, I'm ready. We don't have a 2-3 zone, but we'll be playing it that night. You better play that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, my goodness. All right.
AJ's going to be bringing the ball up the court. Toss 12.
Every time.
Give the plays away, dude. I'm trying to keep those in my back pocket for when I'm a head coach.
I didn't say what it was, Asa.
Yeah.
All right. Early morning practice or evening or night practice?
Early morning.
Yeah. Really?
All day, every day.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, especially being a school teacher, I'm up early already.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Once the school day ends, like if we would have practiced in the morning, it'd be incredible to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, as a college coach, no, probably afternoon.
I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. If you were not coaching basketball, what would you want to be doing?
Golly, something on the golf course, Asa.
There we go.
I don't know what it would be. You know, cart guy. They're cart girls now, but I could be a cart guy. You know, something on the golf course. Picking up the range, cutting the grass.
Yes.
Whatever I want. Yeah.
Well, speaking of golf, our next question, what's your handicap in golf?
Now, Asa, I haven't played in probably 2.5 months.
Well, I mean, okay, you're in the flow of things. You're playing a round or 2 a week. It's the summer. You know, what's your handicap?
Hey, give me a single digit. I might be 7.
Ooh, 7.
Yeah, give me a single digit.
Okay.
7 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not going to touch 10. I don't want a 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Give me a single digit.
We have to get on the course this summer, dude. I'm a
20 plus for sure.
We have to try and get that Rick Bird love. You know, Rick Bird was a scratch golfer at a time. I don't know.
Yeah,
if he's still
I believe that.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That is.
You know, he made his own golf game.
Hey, what?
He made his own golf board game.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I swear. Listen to it. He came on the podcast like 2 months ago. Go listen to it.
He talked about it?
Yeah, he showed us the box, dude. He pulled us
he sold it to Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, he sold it to Sports
and like made money.
Are you serious?
He pulls it up like this, and it's this. Hang on. Yeah, I'm serious, dude.
Wow.
It was like set up like real, like it was like, I don't know, the pros were like in the game, and like he did it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I know. I think he made like, I don't know,
Jack of all trades
or something.
Yeah, tough. You know.
All right. Should every team make the conference tournament?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Give them a shot. You know, that's what makes postseason great.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting tough with SEC about to have, you know, what is it, 14 teams now with OU and Texas coming in. But I mean,
won't that be 16?
Is that 16 now? They already have
16.
14? They do. That'll be 16.
That'll be 16.
Yeah, you're right. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the A-Sun has a ton of teams right now.
They do. Definitely like mid-major, lower level. Obviously, everyone should have a chance.
Yeah.
I could see high major kicking somebody, but I would still say, yeah, why not? I mean, give everyone a shot. And it's making money for everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, last one. LeBron or Jordan?
Asa. I'm older than you, Asa.
I know. But you're kind of
It's-
like in that range where you could be one or the other.
I've seen them both play enough now, and you still can't get me off Jordan.
Yeah.
You still can't. Nate, where are you at on that?
Can I ask this question? What about LeBron will not let you leave Jordan? I mean, what about Jordan? When I understand Jordan was the one, he was the first one. Or whatever. Is it just you grew up on him? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and it's such a different league, and there's such different players. That's what, like, if Kobe was still alive, I think it was a Kobe Michael, argument for a while because they were alike. Yeah, I mean, they're just
they were scorers, and defenders.
Yeah, they're so different. Yeah. I mean, LeBron is the biggest, most athletic human being that's ever played, at his position in the league. I'll give him that. I mean, he's unbelievable, but it's just Jordan was incredible. Yeah. His basketball skills, and I know LeBron guards, but man, the way Jordan got into people defensively was incredible. And it's just different eras. People say there weren't as many good players back then. Yes. But man, you could foul the hell out of somebody back then, and just the physicality of it all, and it's not like that today. It's just different. It's different.
I think the whole thing is you got to go by the eras because like everything is added into the game the more and more you play it. So, I mean, if you're looking at what Wilt Chamberlain was to the game when he was playing,
sure,
like how dominant he was, it's like, you can't just be like, oh, he would get dominated in this era. Well, yeah, because he didn't have the same skill set. He didn't get to watch the Wilt Chamberlains before him.
Right.
So it's
and you
like Kobe and LeBron got to watch Mike.
Yeah, and you can't go against competition. It's kind of like the same. I mean, without Jordan, I don't think there would be as much competition in the NBA as there is today. It's kind of like Tiger Woods on the golf course. Without Tiger, there wouldn't be as many good golfers as there were today.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Speaking of that, I have a question that
I agree.
Jack or Tiger?
Huh?
Jack or Tiger?
Oh, I'm a Tiger. I never really saw Jack play. I'm a Tiger guy.
All right. AJ, man, that's all we got for you today. I appreciate you coming on, dude. It was a blast to talk to you. We need to talk more. We got to get on the golf course soon. You on social media or anything? Where can the people find you?
Oh, man, I'm on Twitter, and I don't maybe Adam Jones. I don't even know, man, my hashtag. What is it? Not handle? I'm not a hashtag. My handle. Something or other. You can type in Adam Jones. I'm sure there's not many out there. But yeah, I haven't been on in a while. But you can find me there. But I really appreciate y'all having me on. It was good to catch up. Good to reminisce about some good times back in the day. And I really appreciate it. Y'all are doing it.
Unless I'm mistaken, it is Adam Jones AJ. Adam Jones.
There you go. See, that's what I mean. And that's a handle, right? Not a hashtag.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I am mid-30s.
Name, I don't know.
Boy.
Well, AJ, again, appreciate it. You can find myself on Instagram at Ace of Spades with a Z on the end. You can find myself on Twitter at Coach Ace of Spades. You can find Nathan on Twitter at Coach Nate Moran. You can find Mind of a Coach on Twitter at Mind of a Coach Pod, and you can find us on Instagram at Mind of a Coach. AJ, appreciate it again. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.